And now new developments in our CBS 4 News investigation into a pair of costly debris removal contracts following Hurricane Irma.
We are hearing for the first time from Governor Rick Scott on why he approved contracts that may have wasted millions of dollars in taxpayer money. Jim DeFeeti caught up with the governor at a campaign event in Hialeah, and he joins us now. So, Jim, what do you have to say?
You know, Rick and Rudabeh, this is, as you said, the first time we were able to talk to the governor. We've been tracking this issue with these debris removal contracts for months. We wondered why the governor chose to throw out existing contracts with contractors who were ready and willing to do the work, and instead went for an emergency contract that was so much more expensive. How much more expensive? Well, let me give you an example. One category in particular, sweeping curbs and gutters. The company that was selected to do the emergency work, MCM, was charging $913 a mile. Ceres Environmental was going to just charge $123 a mile. Ashford, one of the other contractors that was available, was going to charge $32. And Ron Bergeron Emergency Services, would have just done it for $12 a mile. I asked the governor how this was possible, and here's his response. Governor, by ignoring the existing debris removal contracts you had in the Florida Keys and using an emergency contract, it ended up costing taxpayers about $28 to $30 million more. Was it a mistake?
You know, it's so frustrating that we had special interests decide not to do their job. So as governor, I did the right thing. We stepped up. We helped our communities. We cleaned up US 1. We got our state back to work. We saved taxpayers a lot of money. It's fascinating to me that these same special interests that tried to make a buck by taking advantage of our state are now trying to get people to say that that there was some other way to save money.
But when you had a contract for sweeping curbs and gutters that the state ends up paying $932 for, that could have been done for $12, don't you think that the state was taken advantage of, and that, again, you made a mistake by going that emergency route?
Well, we did the right thing. It's so frustrating that we had the special interests that didn't show up and do their job. So
but which special interests are you talking about specifically?
We had special interests show up and that didn't show up and didn't do their job, and now those same groups are trying to say that we could have saved money when they didn't do their job. We stepped up. We helped our communities. We got US 1 open so we could get back to business.
Last question on it, but just on September 12th, when you went out for this emergency contract, just 2 days after the storm, what specific companies told you they were unwilling to do the work?
If you look at what was going on after the hurricane, the people didn't show up to do their job.
Who didn't show up?
We'll get you the details of that. My office will get you the details. But they didn't show up to do their job, so we did our job. We showed up. We opened up US 1. We got people back to work. We got people back to their homes as quickly as we can. I can't imagine these same special interests now are sitting there trying to say there's somehow, when they don't do their job, that the state somehow didn't save money when we saved an unbelievable amount of money for the citizens of our state.
It's still not clear to me how the governor can reconcile that he saved taxpayer dollars. And the reason I was pressing him on naming the specific companies that refused to do the work is that we spoke to 3 firms that had pre-existing state contracts, Bergeron, Ashford, Ceres, and all 3 of those companies said not only were they willing and ready to do the work, they were never asked to go in on September 12th. So as you can see, a lot of questions remain. We're going to continue to press the governor for answers. We're going to ask his staff to provide us the list of the names that he says that he has that refuse to do the work. And this Sunday on Facing South Florida, we're going to have a whole lot more information. I hope you'll join us then. In the meantime, I'm Jim DeFeeti reporting live from Hialeah.
And we also have to get to the bottom, Jim, of what the governor was talking about when he was referring to those special interests. Who are those groups that he said didn't want to do their jobs? Jim DeFeeti, thanks so much. Good job getting the governor on the record.